Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James have all been considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time at some point in time in their career, and without question, their physical attributes and talents are the highlights of their careers. But one of the biggest keys that they rarely talk about is how they create their schedule, how they not only worked on being a great athlete, but made it a priority to create an environment where they could train in a professional manner. Understand that there is a difference between a pro and a professional. Today, we will outline a summer schedule that could potentially transform not only your basketball career, but your life as a whole as you take a more professional approach to your growth. This is your opportunity to sharpen your skills, grow stronger, and evolve into a more dynamic player. Now, our summer schedule will comprise of 4 fundamental components: skill work, strength and conditioning, open play, and recovery. The integration of these elements is essential for any professional basketball player's routine. Let's dive into each component, starting with skill work. Your skill work is your bread and butter. This is the time to practice your shooting, your dribbling or ball handling, passing, and even your defense. Divide your skills into primary and secondary. This would be based on your position and your strengths. If you're a point guard, for example, your primary skills might be ball handling and passing, but we don't want to just flat out ignore our secondary skills. Your secondary skills allow you to stay in the game when you're not in your primary role. Try to schedule at least an hour each day for your skill work. Try exercises like dribbling, spot shooting, and game scenarios like pick and roll. Make sure to measure your progress, set targets, and keep pushing your boundaries on a daily basis. Next up, we have strength and conditioning. The game of basketball requires endurance, agility, and explosive power. Strength and conditioning exercises improve your athleticism and reduce the risk of injury. We suggest that you try to aim for 3 to 4 strength and conditioning sessions per week. Have those things include things like sport-specific movements and actually building up your muscle. Inside of our summer transformation program, you can see we have a full schedule and strength and conditioning plan for you. The third component is open play. There's no better way to put your skills and conditioning to the test than playing the game itself. Try to train your skills and play games at least 5 to 6 days per week. These games will not only help you understand your progress, but also teach you how to adapt to real game situations. Lastly, we have recovery. This is just as important as the rest of your training. You need to give your body time to heal and recover. This includes proper sleep, nutrition, and stretching. Try to get at least 8 hours of sleep and incorporate things like yoga and static stretching into your schedule and focus on a balanced diet. Never neglect your hydration. Yes, you need to drink more water. By integrating these components into your summer schedule, you'll be training just like a professional. Remember, the aim here is progress, not perfection. So start small, stay consistent, and gradually increase your intensity. And most importantly, keep the love for the game alive. Now, just like any other player, a professional athlete's schedule and daily routine is going to vary based on their individual strengths, their weaknesses, specific position requirements, and not to mention the requirements of their daily life. Also remember, professionals have access to resources that many of us don't have. So just understand, we want you to try to get to this schedule to the best of your ability, but it's not going to be realistic for everybody. On the screen right now is a good generic schedule that you can reference. So for example, on Monday morning, they have skill work for an hour. They're doing things like shooting drills, ball handling, and passing exercises. In the afternoon, they're doing their strength and conditioning for an hour, so they're doing things like weight training. And then in the evening, they're recovering, doing stretching and yoga, and they're trying to get those 8 hours of sleep. But the biggest thing to notice here is that the skill work, the strength and conditioning, and playing are all involved in this schedule, and it's built out for the entire week. Now, Kobe Bryant was widely known as one of the hardest working players in the history of the NBA. He followed an extremely rigorous training schedule. His famous Mamba mentality centered around the idea of outworking everyone else. Here's a glimpse at Kobe's typical training schedule during his peak years. He would wake up at 4 a.m. and he would do conditioning work from 4:30 to 6 a.m. And then from 6 to 7, he's doing his basketball skills workout. From 7 to 11, he has his personal time, and he's resting and recovering during this time. Then from 11 to 1, he's doing more basketball skills work. From 1 to 2, he has lunch and personal time. 2 to 3, he's back in the weight room. And then from 3 to 5, he has additional skills work, including getting in some gameplay. And then from 5 o'clock onwards, this is his personal time. And he also chose to watch film and study the game during this time as well. Kobe Bryant's training schedule in both the off-season and during the season was legendary for its intensity. He was known to have marathon training sessions, sometimes practicing the same move for hours until he mastered it. He was also known for getting up extremely early for workouts, often starting when most people were still sleeping. Remember, this is just an example. The exact schedule will depend on the specific player's goals, the time of the year, the player's current physical condition, and a range of other factors. Now remember, these are just examples that show you how you can build your schedule. The important thing is that you are working on a consistent basis and you are approaching the game as a professional. So instead of just guessing when you wake up each day, you have a schedule to follow, just as if you would go to work. So adopting a professional approach to improving your basketball skills involves a meticulous combination of skill work, strength and conditioning, playing games, and recovery. You have to be disciplined and committed to follow a rigorous schedule that encompasses these 4 fundamental aspects. Remember, skill work forms the backbone of your training. If you're not skilled, you can't play. Strength and conditioning bolsters your physical fitness and helps you stay healthy, reducing the opportunity for you to pick up an injury. Playing in games is going to help you apply the skills that you work on. And then recovery is probably the most overlooked, and this is equally crucial to allow your body to heal and bounce back stronger. Remember, the journeys of professional players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James show us that there's no shortcut to success. It's their sheer dedication, commitment, and the hours they've put in behind the scenes that made them the legends that they are. They never stop learning. Remember, the aim is consistent progress, not instant perfection. Work on your weaknesses, leverage your strengths, and above all, keep the passion for the game alive.